Hey everybody, Chomsky here. Um, Congratulations, you got Kosk of Two Skins. Two skins. Uh, you may have pulled them from Prism Shards like I did. Uh, yeah, that's me. I got two Kosks of Two Skins. Um, one of the four skins, as one would say. I wouldn't, but that's what people say. So I hear. Anyways, I built him out. Haven't really taken him out anywhere just yet, because I'm waiting for champ anything related to the fusion. So waiting for champ training to open up, and I would suspect that's going to be happening on Friday. Um, when this fusion goes live, I imagine that champ training will be there. So uh, yeah, so I'm excited. He's new. I was really kind of wanting. Uh, let's go back to it. I wasn't. I wouldn't be mad with an AMOC, because he would be new, but at least I got Kosk, and dude's pretty rad, or at least his kit looks pretty rad. I just don't know like how well he's gonna hold up in game. Just because on book it looks okay doesn't mean in game it looks okay. You're if that is such a word. Obviously, another Teox would have been awesome, but I only have one. So let's go back. So we got Kosk here, right? Congratulations, you got him. Celebration time. How did I build him up, and what was I focusing in on? Accuracy and speed. Those are two big ones. Everything else kind of just falls into place. So right now at level 5, or level 1, rank 5, I have him at 331, 75 and 251, and then 420. Smoke them if you got them. Um, of accuracy. So okay, speed, we'll get there, and then I definitely want to get more attack on him, just because at 2,000 may not. That doesn't seem like too much, and he doesn't have a blessing unless I think I have a 1 on him. Yes. So let me awaken that. So this way, at least I know which one of the two skins to go after. But have him in Feral. And why is that Chomsky? Well, on the A1, he has a double hitter. Each hit has 15%, going up to 40 altogether, of increase in the duration of all enemy debuffs by 1 turn. If the second hit does not increase the duration of all enemy debuffs, instantly activates all poisons on the target instead. Okay, cool. Uh, Attacks one enemy twice before attacking, puts an increased accuracy buff on them for 2 turns. The first hit has a 75% chance, goes up to 100, of tossing a poison sensitivity and 2 poison debuffs. The second hit applies debuff spread, taking all the poisons and the sensitivity, placing them on all other enemies. Okay. I would imagine that gets stopped by Total Guard, and I don't think that'll take a tick away, so that's kind of sucky. If it does take a Total Guard stack away, that would be awesome, but highly unlikely. The A3 is attacking all enemies, tosses a decrease attack, and then increases his turn meter by 20% for each decrease attack out there. Instantly activates all poison debuffs on all enemies. So that's a 3 turn, and then this is a 3 turn as well. Chances are I'm going to go with the A2 first, and then tossing in um, the A3, just because you get more turn meter here, and it's hang on. You get more turn meter here, so then you could bounce around just a little bit more to this as well. So a 3 going down to 2 uh, pops this off, and then you could potentially get back around there depending on your relic. So okay, cool. Uh, don't mind poison explosions. If you have a pure poison team, that'd be really cool. But those are kind of falling on the wayside. But there is some more, right? Because he has a passive that he is immune to poison, stun, and decreased speed. Increases his damage for each active debuff on the enemy team, and he's ignoring defense. Goes up to basically a third. Okay. He's going to need it because, yeah, whenever this champion is attacked by an enemy, debuff placed by him counterattacks using their default skill. He's going to need it because really you're going to be going for a lot of poison, so you need accuracy, you need speed to get out there, right? Uh, any type of attack would be cool. He's going to be ignoring defense, right? And then increasing his own damage. So you could really, really crank him out with a lot of attack and crit damage and crit rate because he does do his own. Where are you? He increases his own accuracy, so that's pretty rad. You don't necessarily need to go nuts like I did. 420. With that increased accuracy, that's going to be another 210. So he's up to 630 accuracy. That should be pretty solid for PVE. I don't think with Total Guard being out there, I don't think I'm going to be really bringing him out so much in PvP land. It's going to be really, really difficult. And then I'm tossing in Nature's Wrath on here. I guess you could also potentially do Soul Reap as well, just to get that true fear out there. Again, doesn't really work with Total Guard, so you got to be careful that you could do Cruelty, but once you get up there, uh, ideally, I would just stick with Nature's Wrath because you're going to be putting out so many debuffs. Again, poison sensitivity, poisons, like that's a fair amount. So I would stick with Nature's Wrath. Um, Relic wise, if you have Spore Burst Rod, I think that's ideal. You're getting accuracy, you're getting some attack, you're getting a chance to place a second uh, poison potentially because you're not going to be able to put 2 poison sensitivities. Excuse me. So I would go Spore Burst Rod. If you don't have it, Arachne Elixir is pretty solid. If you have it, right? The tricky thing here, you just need to crank out the attack, and that's rough. Here I'm getting accuracy. You know, I guess you could just do kind of like a Calvalax where it is poisons. That's really the strong suit. So speed and attack, accuracy is what it is. But I would much rather do this type of build where it's accuracy and speed, and maybe not so much attack. But we'll see. I also have uh, in the hopper here. I have. I mean, just to get more speed. The accuracy thing would be nice, but I just don't have the desire to take things off a Dracomorph necessarily. More speed would be cool. So this is a contender for sure. I could take things off, but it doesn't really assist too much with getting that attack bumping. Like this is really it. So I think that's going to be the case because too much accuracy is not ideal. So yeah, Arachne Elixir works. Anything with poison obviously would. You could go for it. You could also do Perch Shadow. So this could be fun, just to get another chance out there. If you wanted to do a Relentless Kosk, you could too. That could be really, really neat if you get this to proc. All right, you get that instant turn, and then you do the Toxic Vitriol, and then you're basically getting another turn, essentially another turn, because if you're able to put all these poisons out there and stuff like that, that means Total Guard is not there, right? And then you toss in Decrease Attack, and you got to worry about affinity, but that's still pretty solid if you get 3 or 4 out there and you're already cycling through. Uh, that perch shadow is not going to work on a counterattack necessarily. So that sucks, but it's still pretty neat. When those proc, man, those are a lot of fun. So I'm definitely, that'll be in the hopper, but I'm gonna stick with Spore Burst for now. I may look at something speed based, but again, we'll see what happens. I mentioned earlier about the accuracy. Don't want to get too much. You got to weigh it out. Here, I put that gemstone where he gets a little bit more damage, and again, every little bit helps. And here he just becomes a nuisance. He's already counterattacking. Why not decrease or destroy the attacker's max HP? And then to get even more turn meter, that'd be rad too. So this is how I kind of have him set up right now. When we talk about masteries, I I don't necessarily want to do Eagle Eye. I would want to do Oppressor because of all the debuffs he's putting out there, and then it popping off as well could be very beneficial. The the caveat I want to toss out there is you can only have 10 debuffs or 10 buffs debuffs on a dude at a time. So if he's putting out all these poisons, just make sure you get the juicy debuffs out there first. Because poisons are nice, but I want to decrease defense out there or HP burn first. So I'm gonna go Oppressor. When I first pulled him, I was like, hey man, should I just go with Retribution? And I don't know. It's when he loses 25%. He's not going to be that tanky. So I don't necessarily like that so much. If if he had 120,000 HP, then yeah, that could maybe work. But chances are this guy's going to have like maybe 60 to 70,000, and that's not a lot. So I don't want to do Retribution. Deterrence could be kind of fun going against a Fabian type, um, going against other dudes. I don't know. I, I don't think his A1 is really that pivotal, right? Because the chances are of them having debuffs on there, like if there's a decreased attack, that'd be rad. This is all about goes back to team composition. So if you have a solid team, yay, great. Um, as a standalone, I think I would much rather do Helm Smasher. Uh, he may not have that much damage based on his multipliers that are still unknown, and I'm not looking at Hell Hades or Yumi, but just the way that he's built right now, he doesn't have that much attack. So I need all the ignored defense I can get. And he's kind of set up for longer battles, right? Because we get this self-buffing passive. So yeah, I mean I'm okay with Helm Smasher, I think. The alternative here is Giant Slayer because he does have a few more multi-hits. Like he's got 2 of them, right? Um, so that could be useful, and especially with this AoE. If this AoE was a double or triple, then I'd most definitely look at it. But for right now, with his A3 being, with his A2 being just a single target, I think I'm gonna be good with Helm Smasher. I don't want to do War Master. Like it's all right. It's only occurring once per skill, so that's not ideal. Whereas this getting on those multi hits, so that's kind of what I'm dealing with him. Where am I going to use him? Really, it's going to be PVE. It's going to be PVE. I don't see him being used in my Hydra teams because poisons don't deal that much. I don't see him in like maybe a spider with an explosion team. That could maybe work. Dragon could work. Minnow, whatever. Um, I kind of feel like he was kind of brought into the game to be a pain in the ass for just PvE for EVP for the enemies versing the player. So I think he's okay. Uh, I think I'll use him um, sparingly. I don't think he's gonna usurp anybody, but I'm gonna wait until champ training for this fusion to bring him up. So I'll try to remember a second video, an update video on him, and we could take things from there. But yeah, congratulations, you got Kosk of Two Skins. Please let me know where you're using them or where you're pumped to use them, because I'm kind of at a loss. But let me know and have fun with them because I'm going to try to. Take care.